Hello guys, in today's video we'll be discussing the poem Sunne Rising by John Donne. It is in the syllabus of DSC 4, 14th to 17th century British poetry. This is a paper of English Honours in University of Delhi. To find other videos related to English Honours Semester 2, go to the playlist in the description box. So let's start with an introduction of John Donne. John Donne was a 16th century English writer. He is known as the father of metaphysical poetry. Metaphysical poetry refers to a genre of poems that explores themes that are out of this world. To know more about metaphysical poetry, head to our channel where you'll find an in-depth video regarding this. In short, metaphysical poetry is known for being very intellectual and complex. Today's poem, The Sunne Rising, is also a metaphysical poem. Let's take a close look at it. Also, these highlighted parts are the most important lines from exam perspective. These can come as RTC questions. In this poem, Donne is addressing the sun. He is calling it a busy old fool. He is asking the sun, why are you shining on us through the curtain? Us here is the poet and his lover who are still sleeping in their bed. He then asks, do lovers have to schedule their days according to the sun's movement? Then again he calls the sun saucy, which means rude, and pedantic wretch, which means arrogant. He then instructs it to go and call upon late schoolboys, sour prentices. Prentices here means apprentices or interns, courts huntsmen who will prepare for the king's ride, and country ants, which refers to labourers and farmers to harvest in the farm. The poet says that love cannot be bound by season or climate, nor hours, days or months, which he calls the rags of time. He then again asks the sun, why do you think your beam is so powerful and strong? I can cause an eclipse if I just close my eyes, but I won't do that because I don't want to waste a single second by closing my eyes and not looking at my beloved. He then asks the sun to go and see whether the East and the West Indies are where they were supposed to be. He also asks the sun to go and check on all the kings, because according to the poet, all of them are right here in his bed. So the East and West Indies and the kings here simply refers to expensive jewels and gems and honors. And the poet believes that all of them are unimportant because to him his love is the most important. He then goes on to say that his lover is all the states and he is all of the princes. And in front of their love, nothing is important. All materialistic elements of this world, all honors and all wealth are temporary and cannot be compared to his love. Then the poet says that the sun should be happy because the poet and his lovers are laying down in his bed, because that way the old and weak sun can take it easy and not circle around the whole world. Because if the sun only circles the bedroom, it is circling the whole world. Simply put, the poet believes that his bedroom, where he is laying down with his lover, is the whole world. If the sun warms this place, then it is warming the whole world. And if the sun shines here, then it is everywhere. This bed is the center and these walls are the sphere. That was the poem Sunne Rising by John Donne. Now let's look at some themes and key points in this poem. First is obviously the authority of love. In this poem, Donne is bending the rules of the universe. The sun is a symbol of life. It is the marker of time. But the poet refuses to believe the authority of sun and believes that his love is above all. He says that the sun is not even that powerful because the poet can easily cause an eclipse by closing his eyes. He also believes that all of the riches of this world are actually lying next to him in his bed. Lastly, Donne also says how the sun should be circling his bed, and that way it can circle the whole world. But we all know it is the earth that goes around the sun. All of these comparisons have been made to show that the poet believes that love is above everything and it can defy all the limits of time and space. Second important theme is the use of conceits. We have talked about metaphysical conceits in our previous video. Simply put, it is a very exaggerated metaphor, a very exaggerated comparison. Like firstly, the sun has been compared to being an annoying busybody who is disturbing the poet and his lover. Secondly, the poet compares his lover to all the jewels in West and East Indies. Lastly, he compares his bedroom to the whole world. Another feature of this poem is the theme of time and transience. The poem challenges the authority of time. He declares that love cannot be bound by time, season or climate. He also suggests that everything in this world, all the wealth and honor are temporary, but his love can transcend time and space and create a world on its own in his bedroom. That was all about John Donne's Sunne Rising. Let us know your queries in the comments and stay tuned for more.